Good day, ma'am. I'm Diane Alfarero from Bachelor of Science in Criminology, first year section B, and I'm here to tackle about the positivist theory. First, I will be explaining the key points of positivist theory. Let's begin with the term positivism. Okay, positivism refers to any method of analysis based on the collection of observable scientific facts. Okay. In the study of criminology, this is commonly known as the modern way of explaining crimes and criminals during this time. Because Cesar Beccaria, under the classical school of criminology, they believed that their focus must be on the crime. That's why they punishing people who commit crime based on a free will, and they are more concerned about crime. But here in positivist theory, they realize that they must be focusing on the people, on the criminals, and to study why they are committing criminal acts. Okay, and that's why their analysis, their method used here under positivism are based on the collection of observable scientific facts. So their approach is scientific. That's why it is modern way of explaining criminality. Positivists believe also that causes of behavior can be measured and observed. It demands for facts and scientific proof, thus changing the study of crimes and criminals into scientific approach. So diri sa positivist theory, they are not guessing. They are not merely giving opinions here, but there are scientific approach in dealing with criminals and to explain nganong gibuhat nila to, why they acted that way, why they are committing criminal acts. Positivist theory were the first to claim the importance of looking at individual differences among criminals before we are defining a crime generally. We are giving a classifications to criminals generally, but here there is specific approach and there are individual differences among criminals that they believe because they are different, torturing different orientations, different background, different beliefs, and of course because this is scientific approach, they believe in biology and environmental factors. These theories, the positivist theory, concentrated on the individual structures of a person. So here we can see now that they are dealing a person by biological approach. It stated that people are passive and controlled, whose behaviors are imposed upon them by biological and environmental factors. So here we can see that in order to study a criminal, let's look into his or her biological composition and what factors in his environment that triggers or contribute or that causes him to commit a crime. So also you have here the holy three of positivist school of criminology. Positive theory, Lombroso believed that criminals could be distinguished by specific characteristic. So diba? So there were the primary personalities in the positive school of thought, and they were also known as the Holy Three. Muna sila si Cesar Lombroso, Enrico Ferri, and Rafael Garofalo. Yung tatlong yan, considered as the Holy Three of criminology. So, unsa day ilahang gibuhat, unsa ilang na-contribute nganong gitawag silag Holy Three. So, Cesar Lombroso was an Italian professor and criminologist. He became popular for his studies and theories in the field of characterology, or the relation between mental and physical characteristic of a person. Kaya nga, sabi din dito, kaya siya naging sikat dahil pinakita niya ang relationship ng mental at physical characteristic ng isang tao. Na kapag ganito ang itsura ng isang tao, inani ang itsura ng isang tao, may katapat inani ang mental characteristic. Kumbaga, kung unsa iyang itsura, kung unsa imong itsura, may katapat kang personality or may katapat kang mental characteristic. Also, di ba, tulo man to sila. Cesar Lombroso was the founder. Siya ang pinaka-founder sa tanan. Siya ang pinakamadaming na-contribute sa theory na ito. Also, he is considered as the father of modern criminology. Bakit modern? Kasi nga, he was the first one to use science. He was the first one to use science in order to interpret the criminal behavior. If you can remember, Cesar Beccaria sa classical theory, he is considered as the father of criminology. Okay, father of criminology, father of classical criminology, lahat yun ay si Cesar Beccaria. While si Cesar Lombroso naman was the father of modern criminology. Modern kasi nga, because of the method he used science in order to interpret or explain criminal behavior. So, Lombroso classified criminals. First is born criminal. Mo siya ang mga activist, yung pinanganak pa lang may taglay silang physical characteristic na medyo primitive ang dating. Kaya masasabi niyang hindi nag-evolve ang isang tao. Kasi may mga physical characteristic siya na primitive, kaya eto, born criminal siya. Next is insane criminal, criminaloid, occasional criminal, and criminal by passion. Next, we have Enrico Ferri, another one of the Holy Three of criminology. He was also an Italian criminologist and socialist. He became one of the founders of the Positivist school of thought, but more focused on psychological and social positivism. Si Lombroso kasi nag-focus siya doon sa physical characteristic ng tao at yung mental state nila. Pero itong si Ferri, psychological at social positivism as opposed to the biological positivism of Lombroso. He was also instrumental in formulating the concept of social defense as a justification for punishment. Kumbaga, kailangan daw magkaroon ng punishment para sa mga lumalabag sa mga batas, lumalabag sa mga norms, dahil ito ang depensa ng society para maprotektahan ang sarili nila. Kailangan parusahan yung nakagawa ng hindi tama. So, classification of criminals by Ferri. First is born or extinctive criminal. Next is the insane criminal, the passionate criminal, the occasional criminal, and the habitual criminal. Lastly is Rafael Garofalo. He was also born in Italy, so born of Italian nobility. He was magistrate and professor of law, and also he was Lombroso's student. Si Ferri Sad, also a Lombroso student. So, he traced the roots of criminal behavior, not to physical features but to their psychological equivalence, which he called moral anomalies. Okay, yun yung tawag niya na hindi itsura ng tao ang nagsasabi kung anong klaseng criminal siya. Pero meron siyang ibinigay na tawag para sa psychological equivalence nun. Yun nga yung mga moral anomalies. He believed that true criminal is abnormal and lacks a proper development of altruistic sensibilities. The lack of deficiency is not simply the product of circumstance or environmental conditioning but has an organic basis. He believed that his moral anomaly was hereditarily transmissible. He believed na naipapasa daw yung mga moral anomaly na na-discover niya sa generation from generation, natatanggap nila yon. That's all. Thank you.